'cause I just wanna swing like Sinatra, singing like I can't stop, 'cause I can never rock like a rolling stone.
Okay, this is great. So I just spent probably 15 minutes talking to myself because I wasn't even recording commentary. But I have finally finished my Nisha build. I finally got the last thing I needed, which was the prismatic bulwark, which took me 10 hours of farming the Sentinel to do, which that was great. It was a fun time. Alright, so we're going to go over Nisha. We're going to go over the spec. First off, you're going to have to go into Showdown because that's her main thing. This is what the spec looks like. If you want to take a picture of it or something, go ahead right now if you want to use it. Alright, we're going to go right into it. Going to go into the Law and Order skill tree. Law increases your shield cap and melee damage. The shield cap's about the only good thing of it. 50% shield cap with your points, it's going to help a ton. You really just need it to go down into the next skill tree anyway. Order, every time you take 50% damage, health damage, you're going to gain a stack of order. The more stacks of order you have, the better. With those stacks of order, if you have, 10 plus or something, you gain health regen. That's great for Nisha. You need health regen. Next one, Wanted, you really don't need, just need to get it down into the next tree. Rough Rider, you really don't need it, but it does increase your order stack cap by 5, so that's good. Discipline, you don't really need it, but it does give you extra gun damage, and it does give you more order stacks. That's good too. Finally, Blood of the Guilty, when you or an ally kills an enemy, you gain a stack of order and have 5% of your health restored, which is great. Every time you get a kill, you get 5% of your health. Plus you gain 5 more order stack cap. That puts you up to 25 stacks now you can get. Jurisdiction. During Showdown, you regen your health and you gain bonus movement speed. That's great for the health regen you needed for Nisha. And Raring to Go, getting a kill will gain you reload speed and gun damage based on the number of order stacks you currently have. If you have 25 max stacks, you will have 50% more gun damage and 50% more reload speed. You can see why this is starting to get really OP. Okay, next skill tree, Fan the Hammer. Saddle up, getting a kill will gain you movement speed and gun damage for a short period of time. That's 25% more gun damage. Ruthless, getting a kill and kills made in Showdown extend its duration 1 second every time you get a kill. That is with the class mod, but it will help a ton. Bottled Courage, you don't need it, but it will give you 60% of your shields every time you go into Showdown. So if you have a dot, you can get rid of it instantly with that. Plus, also, while Showdown is on cooldown, you gain 42% reload, shield recharge rate, and 42% recharge delay goes down. Next one, you want Faster Than You. Every time you get a kill, you gain reload speed, weapon swap speed, and fire rate for a short period of time. Fire rate really doesn't matter because you're going to hit the cap pretty easily. Hell's Coming With Me. Every time you reload, you have a chance to fire twice. So every time you have, you reload a gun, say like we'll just shoot you now have a few seconds where you can shoot twice, which makes the flare go like this. Or a luck cannon go like this. And of course it's not going to proc. There we go, now it's procking. So you can see it just gives you 45% chance to shoot more shots. And then one of each of you, which you just saw, will give you 2 pistols. Next tree, the Rifle Woman. This is a really good tree. Okay, hip firing, you will gain increased accuracy and recoil reduction. It's alright. Bonafide Grit, every time you get a kill, you gain crit hit damage and health regen. Health regen is great, but you also have 70% crit damage you do. 70% more, I should say. Quick Shot, every time you reload, you gain gun damage and fire rate. 70% fire rate, so you're going to hit the cap, and 60% gun damage. Fistful of Bullets, you gain 3 mag size on every gun, so you saw the luck cannon had a 4 shot in it, which is good. Impatience, every time you get a kill without reloading, you gain a stack of Impatience. 20% reload speed per stack. It really won't count that high, but it does add up. Tombstone, this is going to be a really good skill for your DPS. Every time you get a kill, you have a chance that every shot you do will do crits. 30% chance that your shot will do crit, which can be increased by having a high rolling crapshooter, which will put it up to a 66% chance of getting crits. And then finally, the Unforgiven. During Showdown, all your shots hit enemies will ricochet into other enemies, dealing 10% of the damage. That isn't really the great part. The great part is every time an enemy is shot while you're in Showdown, and Showdown ends, it will cause an explosion. You probably will see later in the explosions that happen. You might not, because I'm pretty sure I clear everything out, but it does a ton of damage on certain enemies. RK5, I'm pretty sure it will do half of his health. Yeah, like a third to half of his health. It's really good. Okay, into what you're gonna want. This is mainly what I have on you, is what you're gonna want. Anything else is just extra. You're gonna want a flare. It will do crazy amounts of damage. Nukem, this will be what if you get down, you can use this to get a second wind. The luck cannon, you can swap this out for a Maggie if you so choose. And then the absolute zero, it will wreck with the bulwark, which is the shield you're gonna want. If you're not going to be using lasers, you can swap it out for a rerouter or a shield of ages for tons of shield. It's up to you. Data scrubber, you can use this, or you can use a longbow cryo, longbow Tesla, or a longbow cryo transfusion. If you're going to get them, make sure they have longbow and 0 fuses, which make them better. Next, you're going to want the Eddie as your main Oz kit. If you're fighting bosses, you can swap it out to something like the Precision Airstrike Oz kit, which will give you 67% crit damage. This will help for like the Sentinel, like I said I was farming. That's 67% more crit damage you do while you're in the air. And if you're fighting something like EOS, you can use the Clear Skies Oz kit, which is 49% more damage to airborne targets, and EOS is always airborne. So your Oz kit will really just depend on what you're fighting. Celestial Lawbringer, it gains up to 49% cooldown rate, and you're really going to want it for the health regen that you do in Showdown. So every time you do damage while you're in Showdown, you gain 14.5% of that damage. So really in Showdown, if you just shoot an enemy, you have full health again. It's pretty about how OP it is. And then the High Rolling Crapshooter, if you need to get Tombstone active, you can use this. It will give you 48% more crit damage. It will go up to 49. Plus you can also get +6 on Tombstone, which will put that cap to 66% chance that all your shots crit. Is really nice. Okay, going into the other items in my inventory. The quad, it's pretty decent. Make sure you get a glitched one if you're going to get one. Gatling gun, it is really good. Once you get a reload skill, you can just fire this thing pretty quick. And if you get lucky and get a loop on it, it'll make it even better. And you're going to want 04L4 if you get one. I wasn't lucky enough to get 04L4. I got crazy things. Okay, next thing, Cutie Killer. I really only have it to hear it say kill, 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 kill. That's about it. Laser Discer, I don't know how much this is going to help you in this build, but I was killing EOS, farming for the flare and stuff, and I happened to get a perfect one, so I just kind of kept it. Long Nails really aren't the greatest on Nisha, but if you get your reload speed, or your reload, and you go into Showdown, you can fire this thing really quick, and then keep locking back onto different enemies. It's pretty decent for locking onto enemies, killing them pretty decently. Okay, I have a single, a regular luck cannon instead of a twofer, so I can shoot 4 shots and have a longer time between reloads than I would on the normal normal twofer luck cannon. The Striker, I have this in place in case you can't get a flare, which, as you can see, it does nowhere near the same amount of damage. That's why the flare is way better. And it has a way higher mag, too. So you can kind of see right here why the flare is a better option than the Striker. But if you can't get a flare, the Striker is pretty decent, too. Flacker, I only have this for killing like EOS and stuff with the Nukem. Thunderfire, if you don't know what the Thunderfire does, when you shoot it, it shoots out lightning, and when it hits the target, it'll do lightning and fire damage, as you can see right there. That's why it's called the Thunderfire. Alright. The Excal Bastard, I pretty much just have this because I just got it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Maggie, in case you can't get a luck cannon. Rosie, in case you can't get the absolute zero, which I understand the pain of that. Snyder, I just have one because I found one. And then the the Gatling gun, regular non-glitched version, in case you can't get a glitched version. But it is almost just as good because you reload. And you can still fire this thing pretty quick. Okay. Moonphaser, in case you can't get a Flare or a Striker, this is guaranteed. It's from a quest. So, there you go. Cyber Eagle, I just like having. Phrygia for getting freezes, 30% freeze chance, that's pretty good. Ice Cream, in case you don't get the Phrygia and don't want to go through the work of getting the Phrygia, Ice Cream is pretty easy to get too. Vibro Pulse, it's a laser that heals you. What more do I want to say? Thick Injector, I just have it as fun in case I don't want to use the Luck Cannon or Maggie or something like that. High Rolling Crap Shooter we went over. Grenades we went over. Oz Kits we went over. Shields we went over. That's pretty much Nisha. She's really OP and will kill anything as quick as you want it to. So, as you're going to see here soon, I'm just going to show some gameplay of me running through to here, because I originally went through the subconscious because I was going to run here. Run through it and get the gameplay there, and now we're here at the Codex. Because I had to redo all this. But anyway, that's about it. This is going to be how you can easily get things on Nisha. Really OP starting character. If you don't know what to choose, I would definitely pick Nisha. She can be a pain in the beginning because she has 0 health regen. But once you start getting health regen, she gets really OP really quick.